Hi guys, aloha from Hawaii. I met Michael and I wanted to introduce him to you. He's got his own radio station and he also has cool education and he's well connected. So he can tell us a lot about Hawaii, life here, and also he's done some things for Ukraine since the start of war. So, Michael, can you tell me about yourself?
Yeah, the thing that stands out most for me, I guess, was the development of the radio station. We are Kona. We're residing here in Kona. So we got the call letters Kona 100.5 low power FM.
So this is a city in Big Island.
It is, yes. It's on the west side of the island. The Big Island is about the size of all the other islands combined in landmass. We don't have nearly as much population as, say, Oahu does. It's very densely populated over there. But we're spread out quite a bit into various communities. Maybe we got about 7 different major communities around the island, and that's where we're trying to draw from. We're trying to create an island-wide radio station where people can actually broadcast from, even though we have our FM central in Kona. We can actually broadcast from anywhere. Like I've broadcast from Vietnam and Thailand even when I've gone on trips, gone back to Pennsylvania where I grew up, and done broadcasts.
So Michael knows what he's doing.
After 9 years, yeah. By the way, today is the 9th anniversary of our radio station, yes. July 22nd, 2013 was when our station started up, and today is July 22nd,
and
2020.
Can I pick up the drink?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, cheers. Welcome to Kona.
Yes. And when I get a yacht and I go out in the water, how far can I be in to listen to your radio station?
Well, I'm still trying to figure that out yet. I want to find somebody with a boat who can actually go out and see how far the signal captures. We were just talking about Burning Man a little while ago, and our antenna guy actually set up the radio stations at Burning Man. Now, it's an interesting case because where Burning Man is a completely flat surface in the desert in Nevada, and the signal goes out forever because it's a flat surface. Whereas here, we're kind of like in this little dish, and where we had our transmitter before didn't really pick up in this area too well because there's all power lines and there's a lot of high buildings and that sort of thing. So we ended up having to move our transmitter way up that hill up there. And now we're picking up all of town really fine. We're happy.
Cool. And tell me, when the war started, you've done some interviews, yes?
Yeah, the first week that the war happened, everyone was concerned about it. But there was there's a fairly large contingent of both Lithuanian and Ukrainian people who kind of look out for each other.
Here.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was special. No, actually.
No, it's not huge, but it's there's a pretty good representation of folks from the Eastern European countries, and so they had what we call it's not really a protest so much as a demonstration. Putting banners out on the highways, making people aware of the situation, trying to drum up support. So, having a radio station, I felt compelled to go down there, check it out, and do a few interviews, which I did, and then rebroadcast them over the air. I had one friend in particular who I'd known for some time. Ironically, her name was also Irina.
As mine?
Yeah. And I got to interview her personally and then put it out there on the air.
Yes, and her parents, it looks like they were in the capital when the war started,
yes.
And that at that time, capital was the target of Russians, and it was people were really concerned. And Bucha, all of these little towns that were large crimes happened there. It was then around Kiev where people were trying to hide because they saw that there's no danger in these rural areas. So yeah, and you discussed with her the Sirens and just
Yeah,
them not
I
being
actually
able to
have the
leave?
interview still on my phone yet, and I play it from time to time. It just said that she had just visited there with her son, who was only a year old, and they took her to see the grandparents, and she had just gotten back like 4 months prior, and yes, she's very much tuned in with her parents, and the state of affairs over there wasn't very good at that
parents
time.
okay?
I guess so. I haven't heard from her recently, but I assume that things are relatively
Did they
okay.
evacuate when you had interview? You're not
No,
sure?
it sounded like they were
They were
staying
stuck.
put, but it was their situation was pretty torn apart, and they couldn't go out and do their life as normal. That's for sure.
And I just want to say that from talking to locals here and tourists, Americans are very well informed, and they are very much 100% with us, supporting us, and just feeling for us, which is amazing. And so, yeah, they are so far, but they are just still taking their time to be interested. So that's really a blessing for us, the support. Yeah, and can you tell me your roots?
My roots come from Yugoslavia. I mean, we're talking about 3 or 4 generations removed, but I think it was my grandparents who came over with their parents during the World War I time, escaping Nazi Germany and all the atrocities that were happening around that time. And they came over in a boat in New York City. And I'm from Pennsylvania originally. It's a coal country over there. They found their life, their new life, and made their homes and grew up in this era during the Industrial Revolution. And yeah, it was the period when there was large families and 5 and 6 kids in the family at least.
So we were just talking about Ukrainian refugees that is escaping this war now, and it's just a similar, a little bit situation where people running from war, running for better life or safety.
Yeah.
But there are still some Ukrainians that are returning back and staying there, especially Western Ukraine. Thanks to our armed forces, we feel protected. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I want to escape from America sometimes, the way things are going over here. But I know that that's just a fallacy, because that there's a lot of places that are having things a lot worse than we are. Ours are mostly semantical types of, and sometimes there's strength behind them, but we got it pretty good here in Hawaii. I don't kid myself. But yeah.
I would just want to tell you, if you travel, for example, to Ukraine, because we've been closed off for so long, and we've been open only for 2 years, people got the ability to travel to Europe.
Okay.
We are very interested in foreigners, and we will take genuine interest in your
Really?
life. They will ask questions. We will take time to talk to you. So this is what you're getting now. Well, before war, this is what foreigners were getting.
Wow.
Yeah, especially from USA. They're just very interesting for us.
Yeah.
to meet.
No, it's always interesting for me to travel. I traveled throughout Europe in 1993, went to like 13 different countries, went to Spain, stayed a month there, all throughout Switzerland, Italy, Germany twice, and Prague in Czechoslovakia. Had a great time in Prague. It was a fascinating city. Brussels, Belgium, and Amsterdam, places like that.
And you also have education. You have higher education in accounting, right?
I have a degree in accounting from Penn State. Yeah, that's my money maker. That's my day job.
So you're basically serving businesses here in Hawaii.
Yes, smaller businesses doing their financial statement.